What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. So as the title of the video, you can see I'm gonna be swapping cranks, and I'm gonna get in that real quick what I'm actually gonna be doing and what's wrong with the crank that I ended up buying with the block. I got a steal on the block, super cheap for a Z1, and I'll have my other block with the bad block, but the crank is actually in amazing condition. So I'm just gonna be swapping them both over, and I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys what the whole process. All right, guys, so this block I got a few days ago, and I ended up getting it real cheap. I'm gonna get in that real quick what actually happened, why I got it so cheap. So this is my other block, and the crank on this one is amazing condition. There's no issue with it. So the problem where I got this one so cheap, I ended up paying $160, and this is off 0506 RSX. It's actually a C1 block, and the reason I got it so cheap, it was because let me show you real quick. And there you go. As you can see, that flywheel on him, the bolts ended up backing up. I'm not sure if he didn't install it right or not quite 100% what actually happened, but he said the bolts backed up on him and ended up messing the crank. I was gonna just send it. Just do it! But a few friends told me not to do that. Since I do have the other crank over here, I'm just gonna go ahead and swap it over. I'm just gonna be making a straight up video, just pretty simple, just me swapping that crank. It's gonna be pretty much a time-lapse video. I'm gonna stop it here and there, show you guys what's going on and what I'm taking off. So yeah, let's get started. All right, so the very first thing I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go ahead and take all the 10 millimeters around to take off the oil pan, so I can have access to the crank and start unbolting everything up. And another. All right, guys, as you can see, it looks in pretty good condition. That's the outside. So I'm gonna go ahead and take off the 12 millimeters all the way around, and then I'm gonna go ahead and take off the 14s to be able to access the crank. As well, I'm gonna take off the rod bolts and just check out the crank, see how good of condition it is. As you can see, there's what you don't want to see here. I really didn't explain on detail in the part before. You don't want to see any scratches on this. You don't want to see nothing that you actually could feel with your finger. Anything that you can actually feel with your, not your finger, your nail, that's not good. You want to go ahead and take the crank and get it repolished, and then you will have to get different bearings. It's a longer process than I want to do, so I'm just gonna go ahead and swap the crank into that one and go ahead and torque everything down. So I went ahead and put this whole back, and I went and used Ultra Gray. This is just a gasket maker. You can find these at Walmart. I usually use Honda Bond, but I didn't have any at the moment. So this is actually the second best choice you can do if you want to actually do this. So I'm gonna go ahead and put all the bolts down. Just put the bolts down, and then I'm gonna show you guys what the torque specs for each bolt, for the bolts you guys gonna need. Alright guys, so the way you're going to torque this down is going to be pretty simple. This specific torch, first of all, I want to thank my friend Sam for letting me borrow this one. It's a badass snap-on torque wrench. With this one, it lets you actually degree the degree you have to torque down, because this hire going to have to be 22 pounds and 56 degrees. So you need a specific torque wrench to actually do this job. So again, thank you Sam for letting me borrow this. So let me go ahead and show you guys the way you have to do this, because the way you have to torque this down has to be in a pattern. So it's pretty simple. So the way you got to do this is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So it's pretty simple. You just got to take it in order, otherwise you can't mess this up. So first of all, I'm going to do 22 around, and then I'm going to do the 56 degree for all of them. So now I'm gonna go ahead and do the degree, 6 degrees now. Okay, so now I'm gonna go ahead. So you gotta have to do the same pattern like I explained from earlier. So this have to be 56 degrees. Bring in the camera, let me see. Shit. Once you're done torquing this down and actually doing the degree, the very next step, you're gonna have to torque down all this right here, all the 12 millimeters. I don't recommend using an extension on this. Just go ahead and use the regular socket, because when you do use the extension, it actually throws off the reading on the torque wrench. So don't use any extension for any torquing down anything ever you ever do. So I'm gonna go ahead and just torque this down. Torquing this down is gonna be to 16 pounds, as you can see. So I'm gonna go ahead. This don't really matter what pattern you do it, as long as you do it right. Caps for the pistons, and I already torqued all this down. Like I said, these are the main caps. So just all I gotta do is do this right here. These are gonna be 22 pounds and 90 degrees. So I'm gonna go ahead and start it, and then torque them to 22. I have to do all of them 22. I'm gonna go ahead and do a 90 all of them.